Welcome back. And tell me one thing. So, in the last session, we did talk about a balance scorecard. Anyone who remembers a little about the balance scorecard, what it is, etc.? Anyone?
Internal process, learn business
Okay.
revenue, business process,
Uh,
learning and development, learning and growth.
okay. So typically we said we talked about balance scorecard means it's a report card, So which tells all the employees across your organization at whatever level they are, their metrics are tracked in such a way that you are able to uh, get a very good understanding in terms of A, where are you vis-a-vis the business strategy? Are you achieving your business goals? So it is aligned. B, you are also knowing where are you. So therefore, you know the gaps. So what happens when you know A, it is aligned, B, you are knowing the gaps. What happens then? There is there is a greater probability of achieving these goals. Yes? Yes or no? Yeah? Now, this scorecard, we said it is planned on four perspectives, and we talked about these four perspectives: the financial, the customer, the internal business processes, learning and growth. Traditionally, when organizations were evaluated, traditionally, in the sense maybe 20 years ago, etc., mostly they were evaluated on the basis of what measure? Anybody? What was the measure used traditionally to evaluate organizations? Saying,
Revenue.
hey, yeah, how big is the organization? Scale and scope. They would talk about, oh, it has this much of revenue. So a company with a larger revenue, they would say it's a big organization. So obviously larger revenue, they would look at profits, they would look at market shares, etc. But then they realized that there was too much focus on the financial aspect and they were neglecting the other perspectives, which are what? The processes which drive results and people who had to have the respective skills to manage these processes. And these two perspectives were internal business processes driving this, and the people who had to have the necessary skills, necessary competencies, and the technology and the culture to drive these processes so that you can achieve larger market share and also higher financial results. So they realize that things just don't happen on its own at the financial end, but you need to focus more on what we call them as performance drivers. So, which are the performance drivers in this balance scorecard? Anybody want to give me a hand in this lead or help? So, which are those performance drivers or those two perspectives which we say are actually driving the outcomes or results, which are larger market share or more customers or higher revenue? Which are those two perspectives? The internal business processes and learning and growth. So therefore they said, hey, we should not just be tracking or evaluating solely from the perspective of the financials, but also we should be looking at all the four perspectives in a balanced manner. So when we keep, first of all, fixing the objectives for all the four perspectives and then tracking them will ensure or will predict better performance. Got it, guys? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Yeah. Okay. So typically, how I told you, when how do you arrive or how do you design your balance scorecard? It all starts with you have to understand the mission of the organization. That means, why do we exist? What is the purpose of it? Then we have to understand values. What are the kind of values? A organization can have a value like customer centricity. So when you have a value like a customer centricity, all their processes, etc., will be more focused, will be more positioned towards customer centricity. So can you tell me something from the internal business processes perspective? And what kind of a training at the L&D will ensure that you are able to live this value of customer centricity? Anybody? Quick. Customer CRM, customer relationship management. If you are very much customer centered, customer oriented, so you want to know what is the customer like, what does he does not like, what are his preferences. So constantly capturing data through CRM, so technology, and then constantly upgrading the competencies of your people so that they are customer sensitive, customer oriented, they can delight the customers. It's only employees who have better customer centric skills will be able to drive customer centric processes in order to deliver what this value. Okay, so you look at mission, vision, values, and then you create your strategy. Strategy is that game plan in the sense that, hey, how are we going to actually position ourselves here? How are we going to reach this uh, targets? So balanced scorecard is based on those objectives, strategic objectives. Strategic objectives are broad, qualitative, and are not quantified. Now, those strategic objectives will get translated through balanced scorecard, and they will become quantitative through those four perspectives with measures, with the objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives at every level. Okay. Yeah. Let me just quickly take you through a document so that you have a good understanding. Mm, 1 second. Are you able to see? Are you able to see a Word document of a balance scorecard?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So, because it's virtual, I thought it'll be better to show you. You'll forget what I say. So I'll quickly run through to make it simple for you so that when you go to build a balance scorecard and a strategic map, it becomes much more easier. So a balance scorecard, as I said, strategic performance management system framework that converts the strategy into objectives, measurable objectives. That's the key word to help organization to translate strategy into measurable objectives, balancing financial and non-financial, and aligning departments and employees with business strategy. How does it align? Because you have a balanced scorecard at the top level, then that gets cascaded down at at every level. That is, if an organization has locations, location level, unit level, department level, and then they're on to the individual level. So therefore, every person, every role, every position working in the organization, you can actually create a balanced scorecard. The PMS, what we talked about in terms of KRs, OKRs, they are actually then embedded in this framework. Okay. Well, it was developed by Robert Kaplan and David Norton. So why do they need organizations? Why do they need BSC? Because only we talked about it. Only financial measures. Is it a lag indicator or a league indicator? financial measure?
Always a lag indicator.
Lag indicator. Financial measure is a lag indicator. It's an outcome. It's an end result. So end results don't happen by themselves. These are the effects. You are 70 kilos. Now that now I want to reduce and become 50. I want to become 50. 50 is the end result. So I need to do something. So financial measures are outcomes. Likewise, even customer perspective measures are also outcomes. Okay. So if you see here, when we talk about a financial perspective, the focus is more on profit, revenue, cost, ROIs. So all relating to finance, all relating to money. So that's how shareholders, they are concerned about this. These are the key metrics for shareholders. Key metric for a CEO. Hey, what's my profit? What's my revenue? But how do they happen? Only whatever you produce, the products, these services, depending on what is the customer value proposition. I talked about last session, customer value proposition. You could be in the value discipline of product leadership, like a Microsoft or an Apple, or you could be in operational excellence. That means better processes systems so that you are efficient and effective, like Amazon or maybe McDonald's, where the costs are less, but because of volumes, because they focus more on volumes. Or you could be like Starbucks, focusing on customer delight, that is focusing on customers' preferences, so that you can then get more customers. So customers, when we talk about customers, typically, how do they see us? Okay. What kind of a satisfaction? Because if you satisfy them, then what happens? Your customers become loyal. If you give them good quality, your customers can be retained. Then your customers, there'll be repeat customers, there'll be new customers. That's how you can increase your market share. Okay. Now, in order to do all that, what the customer wants, you need to have processes in place. Business processes like operations, production, that is procurement, sales and marketing. So these, the focus is more in terms of what? Efficiency. What is efficiency? That is optimization, good utilization of
Resources.
anybody,
Raw
please.
material.
Of resources. That is what? Money, material, machinery, of resources. Then quality focus. Then innovation. I talked about the value discipline. Which kind of an organization will have a focus on innovation? Quick. What comes to the top of your mind?
Technology,
Yes,
phone,
yeah. But can you just name an organization which focuses on
Apple,
innovation?
Apple.
Absolutely. Apple, Google. So if you want to innovate products, if you want, then obviously you need to have those processes in place. Otherwise, how can you innovate if you want to have better operations? So the focus in processes is all this. Learning and growth. When we talk about learning and growth, the focus is on what? Capability of employees. Okay. And in learning and growth perspective, we also talk about technology. Okay. Like, for example, customer focus. So you're having a CRM. So the latest technology is being used so that you can become very efficient. Then you're talking about cultures. It could be a team culture, collaborative culture, leadership. So these are the things. Okay. Now, having talked about the focus and the perspectives, let us see, how do you build a BSc step by step. So how can you build a BSc without understanding strategy of the organization? So I need to understand strategy. Now, to understand strategy, what do I need to know? How will I go about? I have to know your organization's vision, mission, and what are their goals, right? If you want to create a strategy, I need to know the goals. I also need to know the vision. Based on that, say, for example, What could be a strategy? Anybody amongst the participants who are in a retail chain? Anybody? Okay, none. I just took an example because retail chain, other manufacturing, it is easy. So I said, okay, retail chain. Retail chain is nothing but like, say, for example, any, um, it can be what clothes, it can be shoe. So any shops which have these, they are selling their. It can be a shoe, it can be purses, or any good brands you can talk about retail chain. Like in India, we have, I'll tell you, the Big Basket is also a retail chain. Uh, then Max and, you know,
Nature's
uh, uh,
Basket.
pardon?
Nature's Basket is there. Every
Exactly. And in US, I can talk about Best Buy, then Target, Chanel. All these are retail chains. And okay, any other retail chain channel you can think of in US? Oh, there are plenty there. Yeah, both at an operational excellence level and also at a what is that I must say, product leadership level, right? Okay.
McDonald's.
So typically, what kind of a strategy you can have? Increase profitability, improve customer loyalty, simple, improve shopping experience. This could be just a strategy. Now, how do you then define the step two, defining your financial objectives? So I told you at a basic level, financial objectives are what? Increasing revenue, profit margins, and reducing your operational costs. Got it? Just give me a thumbs up so that I know. Yes. Then what? Defining your customer objectives. What does the customer need? Right? Satisfaction, increasing of repeat purchases, and availability of product. Right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So then if you want to excel at financial objective and also the customer, what do you need to do? Your processes, inventory, reducing, mind you, this is for the retail chain. So reduce checkout waiting time, because if a customer comes and he has to wait for a long time, what will you do, Chanel? What will be your response? You go to a retail chain, you go and you want to buy something. He takes a long time to pull it out from his inventory, pull it out, and you have to wait for a long time. What will you do, Chanel? What will be your response?
I'll be annoyed because it took so
You
long.
and probably may take a call saying that, oh, I'm not going to come to the store at all. Huh? There's a lot
Mhm.
of waiting time. I might as well go to another where it's much more efficient, right? Or maybe I
Right.
will go to a store because the product which I want, they don't have it. Okay, so that is replenishment. That is, you want something and they say no, please come after 3 days. Oh my God, huh? Come after 3 days. I might as well go and buy in the next store. Okay, that's good. So what capabilities are needed? That is, employees will need mostly in a retail chain what? Service skills, retail technology, typically store managers capability. So now comes, once you have laid down all these objectives, then they are broad. Objectives are broad, qualitative. How do you know you are going to achieve them? So you need to have measures. So what is that we talked about? Measure is what? KPI. So if you notice, you have the perspective, then you have, look at my cursor, then you have the objectives for all the perspectives. Okay. Then you have KPIs, which are called measures, key performance. So if I will measure them to know whether I am increasing a revenue or decreasing, etc. And obviously, you need to give a target. So this is how I track. I track his performance of a person based on these objectives, KPIs, and targets. Very clear, guys? Just give me a thumbs up. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now let us go to, we talked about strategic map the last time. Anybody remembers what is a map used for? What's a map used for?
It tells you how to get there.
So that
An
how you
overall
get
list.
there.
Yeah.
It's a route. It's how do you get there. So likewise, even in, so how do you get there? Beautifully, we have a strategic map. So which connects the cause, that's what it is called, which connects the cause with the effect. So this is how it looks, a strategic map. Can you see this clearly?
Yes.
It's a visual representation. So there's a diagrammatic representation. When we talk about a strategic map, it's a visual representation. Representation of what? Of your strategy. Of your strategy, but what? So when you look at this strategic map, it tells you on those four perspectives, what are those things you are doing, initiatives, activities, which will help you to achieve the objectives. Got it? Which will help you to achieve the objectives. So on the top, you have financial perspective, where the focus is all on revenue, increasing the revenue, increasing the profits, etc. Okay. Then to do this, what do you need to do from the customer perspective? So every product or a service, an organization, think about your organization also. It gives to the customer. It can have a price factor. It can have a quality factor, the availability of that product, the selection of the product, the functionality of the product, the services, the partnerships, etc. So all these are those features which the customer gets. He has a choice when he is going in for a product or a service. Now, in order to deliver this customer, what we call it as CVP, customer value proposition, which could be operational excellence, which could be product leadership, which could be customer delight. I will then drive processes. Okay. These are those processes: operational, customer, innovation process, regulatory. If I'm in the food, if I'm in the pharma, I will also have regulatory. Okay, these are the processes. What kinds of people will I need? With what kind of systems, technology, databases, networks? What kind of a culture will I need? So that I'm able to drive these processes, which in turn will be able to deliver these goods and services so that I can increase the revenue. Okay, so there is an arrow which indicates what causes the effect. Like, for example, if I have better operational management processes, what will it do? It will improve and reduce my costs because they will become very efficient.
Oh man.
Yeah. If I have proper regulatory, then what happens? I'm able to actually grow and enhance the customer value. Any questions, guys, here? Any questions? I'm just going to take you again to a simple Word document which will enhance and improve your understanding of the strategic map. But keep in mind the visual representation I have showed you, because I couldn't place both visual representation and the Word document here. Okay. Can all of you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, very clear. Okay. Okay. All right. So we talked about balanced scorecard. Now, balanced scorecard is a framework. It's a report card. It's a measurement tool. Everybody gets it with their measures, KPIs, and targets and initiative. What do I need to do to achieve that? Now, what's the difference between a balanced scorecard and a strategic map? Anybody? Let me see. I just want to try if anybody will.
BSC is a part of strategy map.
Yeah. So strategy map is only a visual representation. Got it? Got it? It is just a visual representation. It is on paper, one copy. At one look, you can make out, hey, your entire organization strategy, how is it linked and what causes what on those four perspectives. Got it? Whereas in a balanced scorecard, everybody gets a balanced scorecard. You'll have at a top level a BSc, and then next level, it cascades down. Got it? Very clear? Okay. Now, having said that, yeah, strategy map is a, as I said earlier on, visual representation means diagrammatic representation, showing what the organization wants to achieve, how the objectives are connected, and they will also show through those arrows and the cause and the effect relationship. Like if you recall the diagram which I showed, so at the financial perspective, what does it want to achieve? And then every perspective had those, causes and effects. All right. How will we achieve business results? So it has four perspectives. All of you saw the four perspectives. So the logic of the flow is like this. If you look at it from the bottom, better people's capability. If you have better capability in people, what will happen? You can drive better processes. If you have better processes, what will happen? You will have better customer results. And then if you have better customer results, automatically you'll have better financial results. Understood? That's the logic we are driving. So Aarti, you can go and tell your CEO, if I don't have better people at all, how can you think of, product differentiation, product innovation? You need to have the right kind of people who can develop the product and drive those innovation and creativity processes. Only then it will get translated, right? So this is the logic. Okay. So again, in step one, if I want to do a visual representation of the strategic map, then I also need to understand vision, goals, and strategy. Okay. Suppose again we are taking interesting e-commerce company. Okay. E-commerce, I'm sure everybody knows what's like even Amazon is an e-commerce company. Business goals, profitability, customer loyalty, faster delivery. What is Amazon's value statement? From these business goals, can you tell me any one of them?
Fast delivery because they have Prime.
Absolutely. Faster delivery. You know their value statement? Anything from pin to whatever, anything. Anytime. You get up at 12 o'clock and then your mobile is next to you and you just got reminded of something, you can just send out, click on it, and then the next morning it arrives. Anything, anytime, anywhere. Now, to deliver in such a manner, wide, what is that? Anything is what? Wide choice. Right? Anytime, availability, anytime. Then anywhere, any geography. So faster delivery. Now, so there are certain processes which are key to live this value statement. Can you tell me one or two of them? Anybody? Which process or which family, job family, or which functions become are very key and strategic to achieve these goals? Logistics and delivery. If I want to do faster delivery, obviously logistics and delivery, that's one part. Anywhere. Then anything. So obviously your supplies, procurement, your supply chain, right? So now you know, based on your organization strategy and goals, then you actually strategize and say, hey, these are my key strategic functions. So in order to drive these key strategic functions, these are my key strategic roles. So name one or two roles which become very strategic in this Amazon or in such a kind of a business. Your procurement officer becomes supply chain guy becomes very, very key. He has to understand. Logistics guy becomes also very, very key, right? So now understanding business goals. Then step two, financial objectives again. Financial is the most easiest thing to identify because they are lag indicators outcome, revenue, profitability, delivery cost, etc. Okay, because especially in a e-commerce, you have to look at delivery costs, which become cheaper. That's why this today we have those what, huh? Giga, huh? You have outsourced everything, so you don't have people on your rolls. So that is actually to reduce your delivery costs. All right. Then what happens? Then look at your customers, your satisfaction. Are they so? They collect so much of data, Amazon. They do so much of analytics to look at, hey, how happy are my customers? Because if you have a high customer satisfaction index, it will translate into what? Quick. It will translate into what? Anybody? Hey, I want this answer. I'm saying my organization has, I'm in an e-commerce company and there's high customer satisfaction. I've tracked data. So what will happen then? Yeah.
They'll come back. Yeah, the customers will come back.
More
Yeah,
customers, yeah.
absolutely. You can see that there will be increase of repeat purchases. If your customers are not happy, obviously they will not come. CG, what do you think of it? Will you have higher repeat purchases or will you have lower repeat purchases if your
No, they'll
customers are
be,
very happy?
yeah, they'll
Pardon?
be higher. They'll be
Higher.
loyal. They'll
Because
be higher.
yeah, they will be loyal because, hey, I know that, the delivery is very reliable. If I want a particular thing, it comes on time. I also know that they are very particular about quality. Their cost is also good. So all the time it will be increasing, right? So your customer objectives are met. But in order to meet those customer objectives, look at it. Now in a strategic map, I said cause and effect. Better delivery reliability will increase higher customer satisfaction. Higher satisfaction will give you repeat purchases. Repeat purchase will increase your revenue. Will you agree? Now, can you see cause, effect? Just give me a thumbs up. The cause and the effect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
can you see that these three lines? I want you to focus on this, which I'm showing. Better delivery reliability, higher customer satisfaction. Higher satisfaction, obviously repeat purchases. Even you all mentioned about it, that yes, repeat. Now, if you have more purchases, obviously company will land with more revenue, right? But revenue does not happen automatically. It's an effect because you have done some activities. So there is a cause and a effect. Now, for the e-commerce, what are those processes which are very, very important? Delivery times, inventory accuracy, fulfillment of this order processing. I have ordered, my product has not come. So a couple of times it happens that I will say, hey, my God, it's so unreliable. I don't want to order from this, Amazon next time. So cause and effect. Cause and effect between which perspective and which perspective? From the internal business process perspective to the customer. Better inventory accuracy. Obviously, you'll have few wrong deliveries. Faster order processing, quicker delivery. Better delivery, happy customers. Can you see the cause and the effect? The logic, right? Yeah.
Right.
But in order to have that, very important, what kind of capabilities, what kind of people I need. I will onboard people, but then I will have to train them in what kind of competencies, technology, or the kind of a culture needed.
And
So,
a culture needed. Yes, yes, ma'am. One
Aarti,
question,
you have something.
ma'am.
You have
Ma'am,
something to
yeah,
say,
ma'am. One question, ma'am.
please.
You talking about this learning and growth objective here? Um, it's not. Last time also I spoke about it. It's so difficult to relate with business and revenue when I come with this kind of logic that
Mm.
once we onboard people and then we will give them the skills using technologies, there's always the cost per employee is given in front of me. So I don't know, we can cater, we can address it little later, but I'm just giving you a thought so that we can
No,
address it
no. But
then.
let me tell you, Aarti, you can confidently, and I'm not saying through just words, convince your top management. With the data, you can actually give it. And
Hmm.
and you have to be specific. And let me tell you, you can do this very well. You can, I mean, we can do it a later point of time whenever you
Yeah.
want to.
Hmm.
Okay. But with that specific case, you can draw a map, show results, but yes, you must have one or two members who will cull out more data
Hmm.
and then show it to your business, not only the CEO, but to
Hmm.
your business manager. And he'll be shocked to see the results. Let me tell you, and it will be quantified, because let me also again tell you,
Hmm.
measure what matters. So
Yeah.
your business guy always will say, hey, what's the point? You have done beautiful PMS process, you have set the goals, but what is it for me?
Hmm.
He's only looking at his measures. So please understand, first of all, before even you think of, I want to have a beautiful PMS system. I want to do a beautiful employee engagement survey. No, it doesn't matter. For him, it matters quantified results. Can you translate all that and show him a map of what causes that? Because those things don't happen unless and until you really work at the L&D. You getting me? Even for others, let me tell you. You know, today that's the most important thing. All our HR people have to shift. In fact, let me tell you, I come from that school where we said we are doing an appraisal, we are doing a compensation, we are doing this. We are only activity oriented. We didn't show them any results and quantification, and therefore they took HR for what? Oh, if there is no work, just go to HR, or if there is a useless guy, send him to HR department.
Hmm.
It was considered like that. And especially in public sectors, let me tell you, because you couldn't sack a person, there's also you send him off to the L&D guy, training department. He will be sitting and just sending people to the training. So it didn't have much impact, because you sent people for training, whereas after they came back, you know, there was no correlation between the guy went for training, but on the job, he's not giving that results. No impact. So today, neither do you have the budgets of that kind. There's nothing like just activity oriented. You have a budget, and therefore you have to make a training calendar and send them. Nothing of the kind. Today, it's become strategic. Please train them on only competencies required. Or have you done the follow-up tracking, and what are the gaps? How do I improve the performance? So it's quantified. So as I come back again saying that You can only tell people only when you yourself will quantify things and show them the results.
Yeah.
Number peak, right? Okay. Yeah. So improve digital logistics, because in e-commerce, all these are very important. Logistics, employee engagement, etc., etc. So if you have noticed, now better technology, faster tracking, better skills, few errors, engaged employees, better service. So therefore, when you give better service, you'll have more customers. So there is a cause and a effect linkage, and therefore you are increasing profitability, increasing revenue from the financial perspective, from the customer perspective. You are increasing customer satisfaction, repeat customers, and reliability of the delivery. This is with regard to that e-commerce. So internal processes, you are doing delivery within the cycle time, accuracy of inventory, order fulfillment improvement. So when you do this, you are able to do it only when you have these kind of people who are capable, who understand logistics, who are high on employee engagement. So this is the visual flow. Better employees, better delivery. Better delivery, better customer satisfaction. Better customer satisfaction, increase in revenue and profit. So this is at the heart of the strategy map. Okay, the cause and the effect. So when you do a visual strategic map, then you can do these objectives and KPIs for every perspective. So this is how the entire thing is converted into PMS goals, strategic, departmental, and then it becomes employees. Okay, guys? Interesting. The first thing you will do is a strategic map. Yeah, yeah. So what will you do when you go to your breakout activity room? You will, any one of you can take their organization, a known organization. So amongst the 5 people, one of you can take, you can discuss whose organization you want to take and take that. And then just write only 3 lines. What is it? If you know, vision, what is the mission? Okay. And just write 1 or 2 goals. And if nothing else, every organization has certain common goals: increasing revenue, increasing profitability. Got it? So what? So these are those financial objectives. Now, how are you going to measure them? Then what will be your target and what will be your initiative? Measure is nothing but a KPI. Target is nothing but what? How much they should be achieving. And to achieve that, what are the initiatives? Now, these have to be in context of any one organization, not generic. Now, when you do that, I also want, acha, this will be presented. I also want you to write here, here or here in an Excel sheet. What is the customer value proposition? Now, when I say what is the customer value proposition, I'm not asking you to do a lot of research. Just identify yourself. Are you a operation excellence company? Are you a product leadership company? Or are you a customer delight? That's it. Okay. The focus. So that means your organization
हेलो
focus will be on that. Hey, can you hear
आप
me?
ऐसा करो आप
Yeah,
आप कैश कर दो
our possibility is there that we can be focusing on 2 factors also,
यही
like
तो कंफ्यूजन
One,
मेरे
one.
को
customer
ये तो मेरे
and
को वो है ना
also the
कि
product.
Hey, Vilma, you'll have to mute. Yeah.
हाँ हाँ
Yeah,
product,
Aarti, tell me.
product leadership also, and the customer centric company. These 2 can be.
Yes. Yes. So these are called the value disciplines in the sense that focus of the organization in terms of their business strategy. Are they product leadership? Are they operation excellence? Or are they customer delight? You can be at both 2, but not all 3. Okay. Like, for example, I said operation excellence, Toyota. Okay. I said McDonald's, Amazon, all these are companies which are, give good quality affordable cost, okay, reliable product. Product leadership will be Apple, Microsoft, which focus more on features, functionality, which focus more on milestones in their, all the time focusing on innovation, creativity. So their focus will be more on these processes, so that I'm able to really bring out every time a new future in the for the products. Got it?
Yeah.
And customer delight will be, how am I, getting intimate with the customers? So if I want to get intimate with the customers, so I'm always customizing product to their preferences. How will I do that? By only understanding them. So what technology will I use? What is it? What are those mechanisms, business processes? So customer service management, that will be your focus in that. So think of it, make it very simple. I think I've shared with you. You have everything. You have all the resource material. You can use the co-pilot also if you want, which is a very interesting thing, and you can create one. Time will be, how much time, Vilma, should we give for
Mm,
strategic map? 30
30
minutes?
minutes. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see if
Yeah.
they need, we'll give further.
Yeah. But also help them with the co-pilot, because it will become easier for them.
First, let them write down which organization they're going to choose.
Okay. ठीक है. ठीक है. Okay.
So one of you
So
can share
can
your
you start,
screen now.
guys? I'm stop sharing. You
Yeah,
can
you
do that.
stop it. Who will be sharing the screen?
Now, measure 1, 2, 3, target 1 to 3, initiative 1 to 3. So because we are customer centric as well as the product, we are also focusing on product leadership. In Marble, product is very important in terms of the uniqueness that the company brings to the customer, because it's more about the design and all that, which is actually laid inside the house or bungalow. People are very sentimental about it. So design plays a very important role. Am I audible?
Mm-hmm.
So
So maybe you can write key feature, unique features. Three, two or three or four. What is that they are actually providing to the customer? Like you are into marble business, right? So
yes.
you said something, that they are actually into product leadership, and
Mm.
you then spoke about the certain features, right? Huh?
Mm. Yes.
So what is that they are providing to the customer? You write those three or four things.
Yeah, the quality of the marble is such that it doesn't have grains in long time, unlike other marbles. That is the uniqueness, and it's technology driven. It's cut by
So
machines.
I'll just make a pause. So are you talking about very distinctive quality to the
Yes,
customer? Huh?
yes, yes.
Quality everybody gives, but
Yeah.
but they are giving something which is unique to only their product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Okay, right.
No, but we have to write for the
See,
financials.
operational excellence people also give quality, but
Mm.
when you talk about product leadership, they give a very different thing, an experience of the quality, which ordinarily, because of that quality, they also come at much higher price. They are not cheap.
Yeah, yeah. We are not
When
cheap,
you
ma'am.
say product leadership, they give you very, distinct, unique quality, but they are not cheap.
Yeah, yeah. We are
Got
not
it?
cheap. Yeah, we market,
Yeah.
we advertise
So your
that.
pricing is, so you position yourself at a very higher segment who
Yeah.
can afford your product. Okay.
Mm.
So your customer value proposition is, I can say product leadership, right? And
Mm.
maybe customer delight also. You are also taking into consideration
Yes.
their preferences, etc., and customizing certain things.
Right.
Got it? So, like for example, in the screen, I don't know how much you can write. So, between financial and customer, here
Mm.
in this line, yeah, you can see my cursor there. You can just write customer value proposition is what? Not near measure and targets, in between objective, in between your
I can't see.
customer and financial. So, the customer value proposition is what? Product leadership and customer delight. Okay. Or maybe you can just write it separately.
Can I write here measure 1?
No, that's not a measure.
No.
So you, I don't know. No, because this
Right
is an
here
Excel
in
sheet.
separate sheet.
create, oh yeah, you write in a separate sheet.
Yeah.
In fact, that sheet, you can
I
actually
think
make it as another sheet where,
you use the balanced scorecard BSc exercise workbook.
Ah, right. You have shared with us. Yes.
Yeah, not this one, the workbook.
This step by step. This is for HR. No.
Yeah, I'm putting it on the chat also.
This is total HR balance scorecard with KPIs, not this one.
no,
Yeah.
not this, not this.
I'll check, ma'am.
There's one more, if you see, it's all blank.
I'll just get it from the WhatsApp, ma'am. 1 second.
I'm putting here on the chat also. So you can
Balance
download
scorecard
from here. Yeah.
exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, you can download from here. It's given in the sidebar.
I'll just get it from my WhatsApp.
It's here in the Zoom sidebar.
The
See,
one? This one?
in the
Scorecard?
no, balance scorecard.
Yeah.
That is the template. This is the workbook. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This is good.
Yeah. So it has the sample also given.
Excellent, yeah.
Sample workbook is also there for your reference purpose. So
Yeah. I'm not going to give too many leads. I want you all to really, because there is so much here. Sample workbook is there, final output is there. So I want you all to, now that you are looking at Krishna, Marvel, all of you put together yourself, discuss and write there. Okay?
Hmm.
You're creating a strategic map and we'll do this. So here, yeah. Just write one or two strategic objectives. Good enough.
financial, customer, internal process, and learning and growth.
Please forgive my grammar. I am emotional right now.
No, no problem. We are with you in your emotions. We are going to
I said I have
hold
put
on those
everything.
emotions.
I have put everything out there to have the
Mm.
bigger market share through better reach to customer. That's but that's not financial, ma'am. That's
This is not financial, it is customer.
it's a customer one. So shall I write? इसको मैं नीचे कर देती हूँ.
नहीं. Do one thing. जो भी आपके दिमाग में thoughts है, everybody please, think from that organizational perspective and just write down all the objectives. Then you put it under different perspective, right? So whatever objectives you think is applicable for this industry, for this business, for the growth in terms of profit, in terms of revenue, in terms of productivity, just write down.
हंसो मत हाँ please don't laugh seeing my ambitions are really high as of now to be number one in marble industry and these two then This is my goal.
Best employer in the industry. Good.
भर गया मैम, ऐड कर दूं और?
नहीं, good, good.
नहीं नहीं,
शॉर्टकट लगा दो.
शॉर्टकट लगा दो.
The step 3 में क्या है? What is it? Map objectives to BSc perspective. So how many perspectives? 4 perspectives. So anything with related to money, it will become financial. Anything related to market share, customer, anything related to product will become processes, and anything related to employees will become L&D.
This is my financial goal right now.
I hope the others are also in sync with what Arati is writing.
हाँ, कोई कुछ
And
नहीं बोल रहा है.
you also the others should also participate and give some points.
CG, Chanel.
I'm a little lost.
Yeah, Channel is watching you do the work.
Aarti, are you doing for your role? Is this role specific or it is open?
No,
What
no,
is
this is a strategic map they are
This
doing,
is
right?
for organization, ma'am. Strategic map.
organization?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now they're just doing a strategic map, but they're doing it on this template in the
Okay.
sense that it is not
Hmm.
role, it is
Hmm.
not a BSc for role, but they're
Hmm.
just doing a strategic map, wherein it will be like then they will do those linkages of cause and
Hmm.
effect.
Ma'am, how many there has to be the strategic objectives?
Hariom, yeah, tell me.
4.
How many? 4,
At best, in your organization, you can have 3, 4
Aarti,
because it's
yeah.
like an 80-20 principle.
Write down the 4 perspectives under BSc perspective.
You can't have too many strategic objectives, Hariom, because
Okay.
otherwise, what happens? You will
And
actually
then you can put
notice
under
that
each of them.
many a times you will notice that what happens is that when you write 2 strategic objectives, one will be a larger and the other one will be a subset of that. So
Okay.
while writing that, you have to. So maximum, even KRAs, we normally say, hey, it should not be more than 4 or 5.
Yes, correct. Correct.
You may be doing a lot of things, but then just because then everything is important. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. And because it should be the time bound also.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, this is my strategic objective of finances, because when I'm talking about to grow by 30% in this financial year, do I have to?
What's that, Arati?
No, I mentioned about the objective, the strategic objective of growing by 30% in this financial year. This itself is a financial goal, right?
Yeah, you can have that business goal. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I talk about the BSc perspective in finance,
Yeah,
this is
absolutely. Because that gets cascaded to everybody then. Yeah.
yeah. I
So
mean, I
what
can
is that
write
you
in
need?
terms of to sell, say example, 42 lakh square feet.
No,
No, not like that.
Why it under BSc perspective? You just label the financial, just write it. Financial perspective, then your this internal perspective, customer perspective, just write down. These are the labels.
So
Under
what
that,
Vilma is asking you is, you have written to grow by 30%. Okay. So what will you write here? BSc perspective. This is the financial perspective. Okay. So even if you want to, Arti, if you want to give a number, so you have to see last year what was it, and then you have to add 30% more, and that will give you your target. Got it?
So that will be in target basically.
No, this is your target. So if you want to actually give a number, if you want to give a numerical number to it also, to grow 30% is absolutely fine. But if you want to derive a number, then look at what was your previous revenue and then add 30%, and then that becomes your target for this year, right?
Yeah. So I'm putting it here in target.
Absolutely. Sure. 2026 award. 26, 27.
This much we plan to example. Just it can be more than that, but I'm just putting it as a hypothetical SFT. And this is why it fits, ma'am. What do I need to write here? Why it fits?
It's a revenue figure, right? Financial.
Okay, just for the thought.
Yeah, just maybe, maybe for more clarification, just
Mhm.
this is like questioning why.
So why it fit? Because it improves your profitability, right?
Yeah.
You're
But
measured from the landscape.
I actually I am contradicting what I said, because you asked me to finalize where we fit in, and I told you that we are going to be a product leadership and the customer centric organization. But I'm writing here the revenue goals, isn't it?
Revenue goals.
Like, I mean, I'm writing about this objective of growing by 30% in this financial year. But whereas I said we are like product leadership and customer centric. So my goals will be only with the product leadership and the customer centric objectives, no?
Yeah,
No.
you have to write there
All.
even those in terms of what is your customer perspective objectives, what are your business process objectives. Now let me just give you a flow. Say, for example, you want to grow by 30% in 26, 27. Got it? Which is a financial objective, which can be translated into a revenue goal, right? Okay. Now, in order to achieve that goal, say from the HR perspective, what happens? You might be needing, last year, this was your budget. So this year, you may have to increase your budget in order to achieve that goal, because you may have to recruit some people, right? Last year, you had these people, maybe certain skills. So maybe you have to. So that's how we are going to look at flow. Okay. Now, for example, how are you going to grow? Hey, I want to grow because I want to have a new product, right? So that means if you want to have a new product or a service, so what is that? Then it won't happen by itself. You have to look at what are the current business processes. Can you make your new product in the current business processes, or you have to get another new machinery, new process, etc. Are you with me, Aarti?
Yes, yes.
How you need to look at, because your target doesn't happen just by that. You may have to diversify, or you may have to extend, enlarge capacities. So it can be both the ways, right? You are enlarging capacities, or you are coming out with new products. Got it? It's a two-pronged strategy. Either I will get into new products, or I'll make more of the old products.
Right.
Either I will retain customers, or I will have more new customers, more new locations. So that's how you are starting to understand. But what is driving you from the top? This is what is driving you, right? Essentially, the target.
Yeah.
But to achieve this target, what do I need to do? Which actually is a part of the cause. So you get the direction from the top, but you start working from where? From the bottom.
Bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on,
Just
guys.
to add a line to respond to Aarti. As you said, our objective is business revenue and customer focus, right? Correct? It
Yes,
doesn't
ma'am.
talk about internal process. It doesn't talk about learning
No.
and growth. You think it
No.
is not required. Okay, correct. Now, if you look at what you're talking is under financial perspective and customer, and these are the outcomes, the lag.
Lag, yeah.
To do that, you need to have lag measures, which are your internal processes and learning and growth. So by default, your lag measures come into the picture, whether written or not written, right? Because you have to improve internal process, you have to improve the learning and growth curve of your people. Then only you will achieve your customer and financial goals and objectives, right? So it's not that internal process or learning and growth has to be removed or it is missing. No, it is there by default. It is there. They are the lag measures. Sorry, lead measures, and financial customers are the outcomes, the lag measures. Okay.
Okay.
Chanel,
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, are you getting something, some inputs? Are you feeling comfortable? It's a new concept. You're okay with
Aarti,
it?
just
Huh?
go to the sample workbook, next sheet. You'll get some leads and ideas from there, and then you can discuss and write.
No, I'm understanding.
Hmm?
When you started explaining step 3, it was clicking
Right. Look
more.
at the sample, you'll get an idea.
Okay. Step 4 is define KPIs and targets. Okay, it's can you go back to the main exercise workbook?
Yeah, yeah. That is
Wow.
only for reference.
Everyone.
This is your exercise workbook, wherein you will be doing in detail. Your final output will be much
Specific subject.
compressed. Yes.
So this is your workbook sample where you can refer and see, hey, how does it look? What do I need to write? And maybe make
All,
corrections in your
Hmm.
exercise workbook.
all details are there.
So would this be good for like an operations manager? This
Yes.
scorecard?
Yeah, for everybody you can make.
Okay.
Does it sound professional good, or shall I change the language? But this is the bottom line.
Oh yeah, it's fine, Archie. We understand.
Because without increasing the sales, we can't grow by 30%, right, ma'am?
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So simple. Can I just explain to you? Very simple. How do you write? Increase the sales volume of all units is your objective, right? Okay.
Mm.
So how do you know, Kavas, how do you know that there is an increase of sales volume? So that means KPI, key performance indicator. The measure will be sales. Got it?
Yeah, sales.
The measure will be sales. Now, the next will be, there will be a target. Here you can use KPI and measurement the same. So sales. So there is a target also written. If you just
I mentioned
got it?
already. Yeah.
Target. So by how much do you think you want the sales volume to be? If you just leave it at increase the sales volume of all units, Aarti, and I'm a sales manager, how am I going to track? So obviously I need to have a target. Got it?
Yeah.
So then I will be tracking this target maybe week on week, break it up, or quarterly, or month on month.
Yeah.
And data source will be what?
CRM.
Yeah. I mean, where do they, the sales guys will have, no? Wherever
Yeah.
they
It's
have
in
achieved 10
CRM.
sales.
Yeah.
Now are you in sync with how do you go about?
I mean, the targets, revised targets.
See, here, because you're not a business person, so obviously, so you can hypothetically write something, but I want you to be very, very clear about objective, sales volume. So how do you measure it? Obviously, sales. And sales, how will you put? Then you need to put a target. And then, say, for example, increasing the sales volume in new regions. So that means in an initiative, maybe I will give him some more resource material or whatever I need to do because it is a little more effort to do sales in new regions, right? Okay. Now I'm just giving you an example, taking a cue from there. So if you want to sell in the same place, probably I will give the target a little higher because it is much easier to sell in a known geography, known location. But when I have to sell in a new location, I definitely need, because there is a higher effort, right? Virgin area. So target can be a little less. And how often and what is the kind of a help, that is initiative, I will give him. So that also has to be taken into consideration. Not just by telling, oh, you have to recruit 20 people. And these 20 people, these 20 positions are unique positions. Talent supply of this positions is very, very less. So I can't have the same rules, right? So I need to differentiate. Just trying to tell you how we actually, when you sit down to write these things, what are the various factors, various variables you will take into consideration.
Mhm.
Because you have to actually see yourself in that role and say, hey, what are those key variables which will play, you know, to ensure that I achieve this objective. Chanel, you had some clarity. I'm just, because of Chanel's, I sense some, not very clear. So I want to elaborate a little more. Chanel, are you getting the clarity?
Yes, I'm curious to know what the formula for that would be. Would it be current sales times what you want to increase it by 30%,
That's the
10%?
magic box. Huh?
That is the magic box.
So typically formula is not one of those quantitative formulas here. By and large, when we are talking about this, we are only talking about to be very, very clear about a broad objective, and then how is it measured. So identify that measure and then put a target. Okay. So here KPI and measurement will be almost the same.
Same.
Yeah, it's the same. How are you going
But
to
on
measure?
the sample workbook, you didn't have that.
Ma'am, I have some query on this. No, how the KPI is the sales, understood, ma'am. But if we are talking about the formula, then we should set up some kind of formula there, right?
No, don't have to look at formula. Okay.
Okay.
Now this target, it's a very broad target, right?
Mm.
Now it depends on how are you going to get it cascaded at unit levels, departmental level, who are going to get these targets. So typically all these sales guys are going to get this. So this gets cascaded down. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So
Now
to
look at the
achieve
customer. Yeah.
to achieve this target, sales can be improved by a few things like repeat customers coming, and also increasing the area of sale, like getting into hospitality,
1 second.
finding
Increasing the area of
sales.
you are
Example, yeah, not
to
only
increase
into
the
retail
sales.
but also into
Okay.
different projects and hospitality, hotel, restaurants that's being constructed.
Okay. Now just work backward. So you say, so to increase this, so what is that you will do, right?
Hmm.
Initiatives
Hmm.
to increase this sales. That can come under initiative. That means you are not looking at traditionally where you are selling, but you are also exploring other options. And you
Hmm.
will say, hey, maybe 5% of sales should come from here.
Hmm.
This is like sourcing channels,
Hmm. Yeah.
resumes. When you say, hey, let us look at new channels also. Likewise, you are now telling here, see, initially we are looking only at these houses or whatever. So
Hmm.
we should, to ensure that predictability is higher, let us look at other sources,
Hmm.
other places. Like, for example, you said, maybe hotels, restaurants, you talked about other places. So
New
those will be the
townships.
initiatives. Yeah. And in fact, those can come also as targets, because you are saying, hey, that means, 5% of your target should come from here. 10%. If just reflect back on recruitment, we will talk about sourcing channels and we'll say, yield should come from here also. Here also, you're not looking at one sourcing channel only, resumes. You are looking at least 5 to 6 channels, right? Similarly, you can look at the similar kind of a reasoning or the logic will hold good here as well.
So
Are you
this
getting me, Aarti, what I was trying to tell you? Yeah?
Yeah, ma'am. So this is enough as of now in financial.
Yeah, enough. See, the idea here was, I want to increase sales by 30%, which translates to so much. Now, I'm saying to ensure that the salespeople actually achieve this target, I'm telling them, it's just not a lag indicator, but I'm also giving leads that in the past data shows that we were getting sales from here only. The yield is this much. Now we have to, the initiative part, that we have to look at new places where we can have some more, we can penetrate and get at least 5%, 10% sales.
So
Got
that
it?
will come. That will come in how part?
Initiatives.
Yeah, initiatives, right? Okay. In customers, of course, customer delight is one of the things that organization is very much
Yeah.
concerned about.
So customers, what is it? What is the objective you have already written? Let me see.
Yeah, and number one, the most popular
Okay, you
brand.
want to be the most popular brand amongst the customers, whether it is projects or whether it is retail work or whether it's architects, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to improve the brand image. Let me also tell you, you can quantify your brand image, right? How will you know that you are the number one brand? No. There is one thing, NPS score. Huh?
Net Promoter Score.
You getting me now? Right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Survey.
Okay. Then how do you know that your brand only project people know, retail people? So that means in one of your initiatives, you're going to do marketing, promotion of your brand with other new, like if you're only focusing so much on projects and not on others. So can you look at an initiative where you're doing your brand promotion with the other uh, areas as well where you can get sales, rather than narrowing down to typically known places. Are you with me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can just put one right now for the learning purpose, just one. But then Vilma will show you the easier way of looking at the co-pilot and how you can actually get everything out of it. Okay. Yeah. In fact, why don't you go to the sample workbook also and have a look at, let other participants as well look at the customer perspective and
Score.
see in the sample what is it written.
It says improve engagement.
Yeah,
I
this
am-
is not internal. This is, they are talking about customer engagement. Okay. Brand. You're talking about brand, so we're talking about brand. So when you're talking about formula, like for example, formula will fit in where you are saying, I want to reduce the employee cost to turnover. So ECT, employee cost to turnover. So that's the formula there. Employee cost divided by revenue. You getting me? So that's the formula. Okay.
So, ma'am,
I
when
hope
I
everybody
mentioned,
is. Hey, I hope everybody saw that. No, because somebody had, hey, what is this formula? Especially Chanel came out with.
can I go
So
there?
wherever you are looking at certain index,
Yes.
like say for example, labor cost, you definitely need to keep in mind what is my percentage of labor cost. So, or you can also call it as employee cost to turnover. So how will you calculate that? Employee cost to turnover percentage, all that you need to do is take the employee cost from the payroll and then divide it by the turnover, which is also called revenue. And then, of course, multiply it by 100, you will get a percentage. So that you can actually benchmark it with other peer industries, whether it is high or low. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you know your wage cost percentage is high or low? By benchmarking, by comparing with the similar industries. Got it?
Mm.
Yeah. It's very important for an HR person to know that, because what happens, you tell me, if your wage cost is high, vis-a-vis the percentage of wage cost is high, vis-a-vis your turnover, what happens? Obviously,
Mm.
profit gets impacted. No,
Yeah.
your
Mm.
margins get reduced.
Yeah.
So your boss will say, your CEO will say, hey, what's happening? So, like for example, Chanel, she works in the security forces. It's a services industry where customer satisfaction is very, very important. Now, but they are into an operational excellence company, typically security forces, unless and until it's a very premium one. So
Mm.
the wage cost percentage is very, very key. You need to keep it at low. So what happens? They will try to get their security people at a much lesser cost, lesser salary. They will not be paying the premium. Just for 2 or 3% of the positions will be paid premium. But the rest of the employees, the rest of the positions will be paid much lesser than maybe even the market sometimes. Am I right, Channel?
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you will get them from, because for me, an average employee is also fine. And normally, the kind of talent pools they are looking at, the supply is much higher. So they will get it from there. So they will say, hey, if you go away, I can always replace you. Because the learnability is fast. It is not a product that he has to learn for. It is complex. So it takes time. So I can't afford to lose you. No. What? The training 1 week and the guy is prepared, right? You reboot that
Right.
reboot camp, and the security guy knows everything. So therefore, uh, vis-a-vis the salary cost, they will also look at affordability. Got it? Shannon, that's how it happens, right?
You're right. Mm.
You do have a lot of attrition as well, because you always know that you always can get people at much lesser cost. No? And the training happens in a week or 10 days at best.
Yes,
Yep.
that is
Ye-
absolutely right. That's one
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
problems.
Hmm. Yeah. So please, otherwise it will be my BSc card. So I want it to be the groups. Now go to the next one. So there is a sample workbook. I want you all to look at it and then keep coming back. uh, and there's also a lot of what is it? Um, uh, Another sheet, I think. Yes, customer. You talked
No.
about branding, I think, improving the branding, right?
Yeah, but the major business comes from architects. So improve engagement of architects and
Sure. Hmm.
repeat customers. And what else? Mm,
Absolutely, repeat customers. Okay, so
what can
that
I?
will be a indicator, repeat
Yeah,
customers.
yeah.
So target, what percent of, so now you know target. So the target has to correlate with your repeat customers, in the sense you will
Mhm.
say at least 5% should be repeat or 3% should repeat. So you have to give a target, because a measure and a target are very important, so that
Mhm.
you can track and also find the gaps in the performance.
Mhm. Okay.
And you
So,
also know, oh, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I have achieved. Planned achievement,
mm,
planned growth.
yeah, I am writing all. If people are following us on Insta and Facebook, that's also one of the indicators that we are known and in branding.
Okay. So why do so Facebook you said, let me give you an indicator here. Facebook or whatever social media. Then you will say, hey, you have to put indicator will be how many times it should appear at least. At
Mm,
least in the Facebook 3 or 4 or 5. Because unless and until you give a measure there and a
mm,
target,
mm,
then I will ensure, then I will do things to make that happen.
mm.
So you said Facebook. I will just keep quiet. Okay, Facebook. But what is that I need to do? So I will do things which at least in the Facebook it will appear 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So
Mm,
that's how you make things happen. Okay.
yeah. What all should I write? I mean, I have made customer three, four things I wrote: improve engagement of architects, repeat customers, and CSAT for retail, customer satisfaction for retail customers.
Okay.
Would that suffice, ma'am?
No. Is it in a CSAT, customer satisfaction? Are you talking about survey?
That will go into the measure. Uh,
Look at it like this. Any activity will get into measure and all that. And broad outcome will get into objective. So you have to question yourself, is this an outcome or an activity? Got it?
so
Like for
this is the
example, you
outcome,
want
ma'am.
this.
This is going to be outcome, na CSAT
What
ratio.
CSAT ratio?
Hmm.
Yes. CSAT ratio will go as a broad objective if you want there.
Okay.
Or if you think that, okay, so customer engagement is my KPI and I'm going to measure it through CSAT ratio. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, in the job portals, no, sometimes we see they give some some kind of the options. Then how do you know about this job opening? Like they
Right,
give
right.
option job portals,
Uh,
something like that,
uh,
LinkedIn something. So what is
uh.
the purpose for asking this question?
Yes. So in the job portal, you want to know the pull effect. Means how are the right now they have not become employees. How are the people uh, getting to know about the job? Is it the pull effect or I am sending out? So somebody says, no, I got to know about this. I got to know through this. I got to know through a friend. So you want to know whether there's a pull effect or a push effect. Pull effect means how candidates are coming to your organization for jobs, you know, they want to know that source. So it's so if I come automatically, that means there's a pull effect, right? I'm paying higher salaries. There's a everybody talks about this company. So like Google's most of their candidates are through pull effect. Means hey, Google is a great company. Google pays good salary, so they don't have to take a lot of effort, push effect, effort to get the candidates, right?
Okay.
So I, as an organization, I want to know through the job portal when a employee comes, when a candidate comes and submits his application, what are the various sources? So then I know that which is working for me, which is the sourcing channel which is working for me. So that is my feedback for me, for me as a organization, or you can call it, or for the recruitment people saying that, hey, oh, if I get 50% through, if in the job portal, they will write that I got to know the job through, say, friend, a friend. That means people are talking about the jobs through a friend, right? Major.
Mhm.
So I received a lot of CVs saying through a friend. So what will you
Mhm.
then say? Got it?
Yes, understood. But what
Yeah.
is the purpose behind that?
The
Ultimate purpose.
purpose, the purpose behind it is, so I know that if I have to actually so this channel is working for me. That means this
Mhm.
sourcing channel is working for me. I'm getting better yield or better resumes through this channel.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at placement, I'm looking at social media, I'm looking at, if I'm not getting good yield from a particular channel, maybe social media or maybe through other channel. So I will know as a recruiter, I should know from where I can get the best and also higher yield, higher number of CVs, right?
Okay.
Then what
Understood.
will happen sometimes? Then, if
Mhm.
I want to increase one particular channel, maybe I will do promotion, branding, etc.
Mhm.
I'll tell you a nice simple example. Say, for example, hmm, I want to attract candidates at an entry level, okay,
Mhm.
from at an entry level from all the campuses.
Mhm.
Hmm?
Yes.
And in my job portal, I find that I'm not able to get candidates from the campuses or from tier three or from particular set of institutes. Then what
Mhm.
will I do? That means I have to increase my initiatives in that area.
Mhm.
So while getting responses, I will know what is that I want vis-a-vis what is that I'm getting. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Clear enough.
So for my strategy implementation, it helps me.
Understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, all right.
Ma'am, if I look at these four strategic objectives, I
Yeah.
see I have made all four customer centric. To be
Okay.
number one in marble industry, that's also customer. Then
Okay.
what the most popular brand, that's also customer. The To have the biggest market share through better reach to customer, that's also customer.
Yeah. So when
All
you do
customer.
everything, obviously, when you have more customers,
Yeah.
your financial perspective, which is revenue, will increase automatically.
Mhm.
Got it?
Okay. To reach these two internal processes also that can contribute in my strategic objective is by improving the quality of production and reducing the cost of production. So
So for example, so hey, all of you are there. Like, say in this company, Marble Company, which is an operational excellence, also a product leadership. It's product leadership company primarily. Yeah. So they want to increase their target. The target is there. 20%, 30%, etc. Okay. They want to be the number one, branding, etc. Everything is there. Now you want to be there, then in order to achieve that, obviously you need to maybe make your processes more efficient. Okay. Then um, maybe you need to you have to look at, hey, am I offering new products, then new machinery, or am I offering better products? So what is it, improvement in those, you know list of products you have, so some kind of an improvement. So based on that, you need to look internally in terms of operations, production, supplies, from where are you going to get your raw material, okay, sales and marketing. So these are those processes, critical processes, which are going to be in action to provide whatever you have promised to the customer. I will promise something to the customer, but have to look internally with the processes, saying that are there processes existing, or I have to make new processes to provide that customer's value. Are you with me, Aarti?
yeah.
Yeah. So you have to look at all your business guys, right? You
Mm.
can't be doing the same thing again. So you as an HR head will have to look at, hey, okay, fine. What are you changing? What is important? What is critical here? How are you going about? Now, based on that, then you will create your HR strategy plan, which aligns with these business processes.
Mm.
Whether it is hiring new numbers, or whether it is hiring new numbers with particular set of skills and competencies, or retraining people who are already there in those processes, or creating certain new competencies or competency development. So all this L&D thing takes, you plan, you do the strategy depending on what is required for the processes, not you do it in silo or in isolation.
Mm.
So L&D or HR does not work in isolation or independently or in silo.
Yeah.
It is dependent on what is required by the business processes, so that you are able to ensure that, they produce those products and services. For example, sometimes what happens, there is a lot of reworking, marble kharab ho gaya, chip off ho raha hai, they're not.
Mm.
So what will that production guy say? That the supply guy did not give me good material, raw material. It is
Mm.
chipping off, not up to the quality. We are promising great product, but it is not able to.
Mm.
You with me?
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's right.
Because you might be having certain verticals of different products. No?
Mm. Mm. Yes,
So,
that's
but
right.
those products will come from some raw material. Huh?
Mm. Mm.
So that's how you start looking at. Or is it that raw material to acha hai, but while he is using this machine, no, he is
Yeah.
not using it carefully, that it is chipping off. And he
Yes.
is actually wasting a lot of money. So rework cannot be happening there. Waste of material, you have to again take a new raw product. So that means you are wasting a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that guy does not know to use that machine.
Yeah. In
No?
fact, wastage is also one of the criteria indicator
Wastage
for
देखना
the.
चाहिए.
Mm,
Wastage is one criteria. So target will become wastage will become one KPI, and
mm.
target will be how much you can afford to. 1%, 2%. No?
Yes.
Quality अगर check करना है again, you will also again create, rework how much, and then in quality parameters, is it affordable? Kitna are you allowing 1% or 2% kinds? Are you with me now? Are you kind of getting a little closer?
Yes. Yes.
Huh? Yeah. Who else? I can see CG. CG, are you there? CG, I haven't heard you. CG, are you there?
Yes, yes, I know.
She's also
Listening.
there. Yeah, I think you all need a small break if I'm right, right? Yeah.
Take some common industry, service industry, hotel industry, and then around that you think around all those 4 perspectives and write down.
I think Sriji is in restaurant or hotel industry.
Yeah.
Sriji? Yeah. I think we can take a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the screen. This is the strategy map for restaurant that we are going to create
Restaurant
now.
business. So we
Okay.
are into restaurant business. Okay. Yeah.
Restaurant. Correct.
So Sriji will be the person. Yeah. So what will be the typical goal, Sriji, of this company?
Would be
Preferred and profitable?
yes.
Preferred and profitable restaurant brand, right?
Yeah, profitable restaurant brand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump into perspectives.
Now this is a very broad, lot of things would come around that brand. When your thing is attached to a brand, the quality, the people, all the 4 perspectives will come around. So now work it out around that. Strategic. Now what would be the strategic number 1?
Would be let's
Look
say
at from the customer point of view. I'm just giving you a lead here. If you want to be the most preferred and profitable one. So obviously you have to offer customer experience, which is really excellent, right?
yes, customer
So one
Excellent.
thing would be
excellent
customer
customer.
experience excellence.
Right? Experience. Because you are saying brand. When it is a brand, then it has to be excellency, right?
Mhm.
Experience. Okay. Excellent customer experience. Why it is important? Why?
To increase more our profitability,
Increase
prof- profitability.
customer experience से profit बढ़ेगा, ठीक है?
Because
Profit
if
बढ़ेगा.
you increase the experience, obviously you will have a repeat customers. Your business will grow.
More
Your
foot-
average bill will
more
grow. So
footfall.
More footfall to increase.
Increased
bill value.
profitability, right? The effect, cause, effect, correct?
Yes.
Timeline, what kind of timeline you would require to have that kind of, experience?
Should be 3 to 6 months.
Yeah,
6
I think
months.
yeah.
Brand
Yeah,
building
restaurant.
है 6
Yeah.
months.
6 to
Decent.
12 months.
6 months to 12 months. By 12 months, you will have higher visibility. By 6 months, you will get to know something. But 12 months, you would have a good picture of your brand. Correct. Next. Sorry. Where am I going?
So to be a preferred one, you have to also give good food. So operations are important. So operation excellence.
BOH here.
Right?
Kitchen efficiency here.
That is under operations.
Operations.
The term that you use is operations.
Operations.
Then why is it important? To improve the quality, right?
Quality of the food, yeah.
So it will improve your food, quality of food. It will reduce wastage.
Improve
Quality of food.
quality of food.
Food.
And
Okay.
because of that, it can also increase, because if
Timeline?
your operations are increasing timelines, 3G should be able to.
Because operational should be from day one, right?
Yes, it should be, yeah, 3 to 6 months it should take.
3 to 6 months, correct? Okay, next.
So they also have to be you pitching yourself at profitability and preferred. So you also have to have some amount of innovation and sustainability, which is very important. That means you can't say today you'll give some good food, tomorrow you will give some lousy food. So your quality has to be sustainable as well. So innovation plus
Consistent.
sustainability,
Yeah,
right?
consistency, yeah.
What should I write? Innovation?
Innovation and consistency.
Because this will give you why it is important, long-term growth.
Yes.
Because if you are consistent and sustainable, you'll have long-term growth.
And the word is sustainability, not consistent. Sustainability. Right? It has to be, if something you have achieved, it has to be sustainable over a period of time to ensure consistency in your quality of food and more better food through your innovations. So what was the timeline?
Consistent innovation should also take around 6 to 12 months. In fact, 3 to 6
Three.
months.
3
Yeah.
to 6 months. Next. Innovation हो गया, operation हो गया.
Training of the employees, how to meet the people.
What about
how to greet
customer
the people.
perspective? You want to look at customer experience, so it will be what kind? Delight. You can have
Delight,
dining.
customer delight.
Dining experience can be improved. Delightful dining experience, because when you go to a restaurant, you love to have right experience and feel good factor, and so, somebody who's coming immediately to ask you what you want and things like that.
Mhm.
I mean, so
Customer
under customer experience, only those, delight factors,
Yeah. You can write all those
the
things.
services, everything will come under that. So employee training, hiring good people,
people.
right?
Yeah, how to reach out or how to speak to people, not to be rude and all that.
So in fact, in the restaurant business, in L&D, these guys, chefs are very, very critical. So chef's capability is very important, and
Important.
the way you serve the customer. So service culture is very important.
So you need more better quality of people and more trained people. Then only you can provide excellent services, right? You can't do with average people. They are average, they need to be trained, and new hirings can be with better qualities.
Better quality.
Then only you can achieve this excellency of customer experience, right? So this is the cause and this is the effect. So employee training, why?
To improve the overall effects of the
Improve overall customer service.
Overall customer service, yeah.
But after all, it is the customers. So they'll be trained how to handle customers, how to greet them, their communication, their body language, their dress code, their etiquette, their mannerism, right? Everything will come under employee training to serve the customer. What was the timeline?
This would also have to start from the first day itself. So
Yes.
yeah,
So training will definitely start from first day, but the impact within 3 months, you should have
3 to
sufficient
6
good
months.
people, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
3 to 6 months. Yeah.
By then, you will have good, you can evaluate how well they are performing.
Yes.
Done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good to go.
Ma'am,
Innovative.
can we put infrastructure development also? Can we put it?
Why? Give me the reason.
Reason is that if
Important. Ambience. You're talking
ambience,
about
if
the
ambience
ambience.
is not good,
Ah.
though then customer will not visit definitely.
Yes. Infrastructure does matter. Good, improved infrastructure. You might be having an infrastructure, but there is always scope to make better, right? You have
Improvements.
good lighting, you have good plants, you have good designers, you have good color combinations, right? Good furnitures, right? So all those are the decorative parts, how much the company would really willing to spend on this budget, because this will yield to outcome.
Oh,
It has no direct like benefit,
then,
but then
yeah.
overall look and feel will give a good feeling factor, good feel factor. So it is the feeling that you want to create, right?
Yes.
Yes. Overall ambience. Yeah.
Overall, yeah. The reason is to create
Feel good factor.
overall, uh, to create. So if you notice, when you go to hotel, you say, "नहीं वो उसका खाना अच्छा है," but then it's not very, comfortable or
Like it's a
convenient for
great,
family.
what we say as creating a nice, memorable dining experience.
Feeling of dining.
Good dining experience.
Right. So you have to use the right terms. Just now we are just, writing the statements. Good dining experience, good feeling, So this would take again how many time? 3 to 6 months?
Yeah. In fact, it would be take more. In
More,
fact,
more than.
because of the cost factor, it would take
Yes,
6 to
yes.
2.
So lot
Yeah.
of back and forth.
Yeah.
It will be done in phase wise, not everything you
Yeah.
might
Not
do.
all together. Yes.
But then yes, your plan can start, you can start your execution in a phased manner. So it might go to 1 year or even more than that, to 2
More
years,
than that.
to
Yes.
give the real impact. Right. Now, why
Yes.
this improved quality of hiring?
That is also better quality in
Better.
food and
Better quality work and deliverables, right?
yes.
What would the timeline?
That would be 3 to 6 months.
Again, 3. So most of the things are to
3
be
to 6
done immediately. So after 6 months, overall, you can see a lot of impact
changes. Yes.
on your finance and customer satisfaction. Now, innovation and sustainability.
It
Yes.
would also to increase more customers. Yeah.
To increase more customer.
Customers.
Now, if you look at, since you are in the hotel industry, if you look at, when you go to the hotel, you say, "Aapka specialty kya hai?"
Yes.
Don't you ask when you're not able to
Yes.
figure out? You said, first you tell me what is the specialty,
Yeah.
and then the guy will come up with, "Hamara, we have this kind of
Food.
cuisines,
This juice, this
which
food.
is
Yeah.
not in any place across the region." So those is innovative things, that to have a cutting edge over the other competitor,
Of course.
right? Innovation and sustainability to increase more customer through uh, uh,
Through new menu. You can have
specialty,
new menus, new menu innovations.
specialty foods, right?
You can have new food trends.
Anything trendy, anything which is over and above your regular and generic
Fusion food. Yeah.
menu, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like if you like nowadays, the trend is that they have started renaming the uh, uh, foods.
Food.
Even
Yeah. That's
for the same biryani will have 10 different names.
names. Yes. That's
Look,
what
make it
fusion comes in.
look
Lot of
fancy. Look
lot of
fancy, right?
Arabic things are included to Indian goods, and then
Right.
give it a different name altogether.
Huh.
Yeah.
Similarly, even in the industry also, people, you must have heard, when we keep on hearing leadership team says that, we want fancy titles, global titles,
Titles.
not normal senior executive and manager. No, 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 no. These are very, traditional. We want, dynamic, global, fancy titles. So they are just very, very different. And you can't make out which level he is because they are interfacing with the client.
Yeah.
In
Right.
fact, you can also look beyond just the food in terms of if you go to good restaurants, they have started using technology for ordering.
Yeah. App,
Yes.
apps.
You
App is
don't
for
have to go,
reporting.
the
Yeah,
person
you just
doesn't
have to
sit
scan from
very,
the thing.
yeah,
Yeah, Q Club. Yeah,
and immediately the kitchen knows what you have ordered.
Yeah.
ordered. Yeah,
So
even the
here
bill is
there will be
paid
no
like that.
service boys. Ah.
No need of. Yeah, even the bill is paid that way
Yeah.
nowadays.
So do you really require service boys? Then what will happen to the role of service boys? If the app is taking care of it. So see how dynamic things are,
Happening.
and
Yeah.
then you have to, obviously, as a business, you want to save money, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you will come up with innovative things which will reduce your cost and increase your profitability. So that will be all part of the innovation, right? So now you have done the strategic objectives, you have identified. Now put it across which one falls under this? Just financial, then customer, then what is the third one? Internal,
Internal.
process, and the
Internal business processes you have to
uh,
keep saying for yourself.
learning and
Then
growth.
learning and growth.
Right. Now now you have already listed 1, 2.
5, 6 of them.
Improved infrastructure also gets into L&D, because if I say if it's a part of a technology, then it can get into L&D. Or if you are looking at ambience, etc., it can get into processes as well.
Right. Now let's start from number 1. Excellent customer service. Where will it go? Which perspective?
Customer perspective.
Customer perspective. Okay. Operational excellence.
Quick, it should be like
Internal process.
internal, IBP. I can only hear Sriji. This is not a test for Sriji only.
Right.
All
There's
of you
nothing-
can.
there's nothing right or wrong. We are learning. So just whatever comes to your mind,
No,
you
because
think
she
is
is in the
correct.
restaurant business, looks like only Sriji has to answer.
No, everybody can answer. So innovation and sustainability. Which
More of
Quick.
Learning and
learning
growth.
and learning.
Internal.
No, innovation and sustainability is a business process, and you have people under the learning and growth who will work towards it.
So innovation will come under internal business.
Okay.
Right?
Business process.
Okay. Done. Next, improve quality of hiring. Where?
The of hiring will also be internal processes.
Internal.
Internal process.
This is also internal. Next, employee training.
Learning and
Learning
growth.
and growth.
Learning and growth. Improved infrastructure.
Then internal process.
Improved
Even or
infrastructure,
customer also, maybe.
right?
Customer
Right.
also.
Internal process.
Right.
Why is it customer?
Yeah.
I was just
Improve.
wanting somebody to
Food
tell
for
me.
thought.
Somebody said customer. Why customer?
Right. Yeah.
It
That is
it
why
does
Because
something. It does
overall
something to the
customers,
customer.
overall customers, this thing is
It
getting
increases the customer's
the
experience.
customer.
Huh.
Yeah.
You do this, it causes, and the effect is on the customer.
So when you are thinking, you have to see from the cause and effect relationship, right? Then you get a answer. Improved structure. Om, you had given this.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it correct?
Yeah, customer. We are doing for the customer only, no?
Right. So it will impact the customer footfall numbers. Okay. So we have completed this. Why it fits? There is no financial.
Overall from
Yeah.
The main
nice.
lag is missing. How much growth you want from the last year to the current year?
Actually, we are looking at having 2 new branches, so that might come under financial.
Yeah. So what kind of revenue you're looking at? I mean,
Opening.
if it is a new branch, then you have to state we are looking at 1 CR revenue this year. Correct. If it is a existing, then 30%
Yes.
growth, 20% growth from the
Growth, yeah.
last. So it is a new setup, right? So
Yes, yes.
driving revenue of 1 crore.
1
Okay.
crore.
Done. So,
Yes, yes.
is it clear? Have you understood?
Yes.
Yes.
From where this financial is coming? What we have taken the strategic
Right.
objective.
Financial is always about number, revenue, and profit. Correct?
Yes. But in the strategic objective, we haven't taken anything for financial, no, ma'am?
We are
That was
opening 2 new branches, so that would come as financial.
it was missed out. But then yes, it will be there. So we will add it over there. If you have identified now, it should be added, right? Okay. Done. It's matching, right?
Yes.
Now
Yes,
you.
yes.
So this is your what? Now it is lead or lag. Let's write down. This is lead or lag.
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 Next.
Lead.
Lead.
Everybody lead.
Yes. Lead.
Yes.
Lead.
Customer, see, excellent customer experience. Are you
Lead.
doing something there?
Lead.
It is
Lead.
lag. But what is
Oh,
that you do?
why is it lag?
Are you getting the logic?
Ma'am, how
I'm
why
very
the lag
happy.
will come?
It's an outcome. It's a result. But what
Oh,
is
it's
that
the
we do to
customer
make you
experience.
happy?
Yeah.
So it's a lag.
It is a lag. Now, what will you do?
I
Will
think
be
this
the
is
initiative.
something which is both lead and lag, something like that.
It is the outcome. Excellent customer service outcome. That is what you want. To do that, you need to take certain initiatives.
Like surveys.
What is improved infrastructure? You
Lead.
Lead.
lead. Operational,
Lead.
Lead.
innovation.
Lead.
You have to improve quality.
But is that lead and lag? Because it
Lag.
says
Lag. Lag.
innovation.
Ma'am, lead or lag?
Which
Improve
one?
quality of
Innovation
hire.
and sustainability.
It
Yeah,
Are you
will,
talking
because
about
something's
innovation and sustainability? It is a
yes, because
process which you are driving. So therefore, you are doing something. Innovation and sustainability. It's an activity. It's an internal business process you are doing constantly to be future ready or to delight the customer, etc.
okay.
So it's a lead.
then why the improved quality of hire will be the lead?
Improving quality of hiring.
Yes.
It's a process, right?
Okay.
What is that you
Understood.
do to improve the hiring quality?
Okay, ma'am. Clear.
It's a process.
Okay.
It's a process for an outcome. So you're measuring the quality of hiring already and you're trying to improve what's there. So that's why I think you were talking about Hari. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Lead are the things that you need to do. Improved infrastructure, you have to build the infrastructure.
Activities.
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 Operational excellence, I have to improve the operation, the speed, the internal processes. Innovation, I have to be more creative, build more innovative measures. Improve quality of hiring, I need to have more better people on board to give better results. Employee training, I need to improve the quality of my people through training. So these are the do parts. These are the gaps, and you have to do to achieve 1 crore revenue. This is my desire, my want. I want to have 1 crore. I want to have customer experience, right? And these are the do's. So the things which
So
you're
you can
doing
also call them
are
as
doing.
causes. In a strategic map,
Huh.
the activities are always called as cause and the effect is the outcome.
These are the effects, right? Effects, correct?
Like,
These
for
are the
example,
effects.
if you have capable staff in the restaurant, you will have what? Better execution of services. And if you have better and faster execution of services, then what will happen? You will have consistent quality. And if you have all this, then your customers will increase. And if your customers will increase, you will have higher billing value.
Correct?
So there is a
Correct.
cause and an effect. So strategic map is what? Cause and effect.
If
Is
these
this Vilma's assignment or it was done by? Ah,
nahi,
yeah,
Shriji was giving the inputs.
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
helping them.
So Vilma, can you now show them the co-pilot because that will be exciting and they will take a lot of help from there and they can do one role quickly.
Right. Now,
They don't have to use much of their,
yeah.
uh,
Now this defining KPI and targets, right? Financial customer now objectives you already have.
Hmm.
So just drag and put it here. Okay. Oh, see, these things are not very easy. It's quite complex. You have to do a lot of brainstorming, Um, because we don't have only one, but multiple perspectives. So we'll put it accordingly. Okay. Now, KPIs you have done. KPIs are what? Target.
Perspective.
So,
Target.
what kind of targets you would like to keep? Everybody give one targets.
that's a better way of making them.
Yeah, no, whatever comes to your mind. I mean, there's nothing right or wrong, I'm saying. It's just a sample, right?
Okay.
So,
how will you make road? From where will it come? What is that you? So the question you should ask yourself, I want to help you all with your thinking. The question you should ask yourself is, I want to increase revenue or drive revenue to 1 crore. So what should I do or what will happen to increase revenue? That means there should be more sales. More sales
No.
is here in a restaurant, more billing, right? So the what
Yes.
should it be? So KPI will be billing. Are you having many billings?
How
The
many
more
billings? Yeah.
people send. Yes, Tiji, you talk about something. Okay?
Yeah, tell
I,
me.
yeah, I was saying how many billings per day or kind of a thing, or
Yeah, absolutely. You are right. Because if you just so measure will be billing, then you can have a target.
Mhm.
On a per day basis, you must have so much of billing. You
Suppose
know,
you say,
you might say 1 crore you want, but if your billing doesn't happen on a daily
I
basis,
need
will will you
100
at the end of
billing,
the quarter will you push? No.
100 billing every day, right? I mean, just an example.
Mhm.
Ah, because I have to achieve 1 crore, so I have to, you know, go to
Increase the billings.
right from day one. Okay, every day, what should be by billing? Then I can come to the monthly billing. Okay, I have achieved 90%. I have achieved 80%. If 100 billing is my target, suppose, right? Then so increase the billing, right?
Hmm.
Where? Tell me. I don't know. You have to tell me. Huh? I mean, this requires a lot of calculation. And now I have just written random 100 billing or revenue of
Or per day revenue also, maybe like if
revenue.
you're making
Revenue
35,000, yeah,
25,000.
25,000 per day, yeah,
25.
25,000
Let's keep revenue, not billing. I mean, not quantified. Put it through revenue 25,000
per
per
day.
per day, right?
Yeah.
Monthly कितना होगा? Hmm?
Formula. You should-
Calculate.
Yeah, somebody who has not spoken till now. Yeah. Excellent customer experience. How do you measure it?
Feedback, customer feedback score.
feedback, वो customer feedback.
Can you measure feedback?
We can
So what kind of a
So,
feedback? What kind of a feedback?
Survey.
So CSAT
Survey
score?
does it.
CSAT score?
customer feedback score, yes.
We can take a rating from the customers.
Yeah. So this is typically called a customer satisfaction score, CSAT.
This cannot be 25. It has to be 35.
It can be Google reviews, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Google
Google
ratings.
reviews, you have to put a number, but Google reviews also have to be converted. So you can also have a measure like the repeat customer percentage.
Mhm.
Because you know, typically if your customers are very happy,
Ma'am, repeat customers because when they like the food of the hotel, they keep coming repeatedly.
exactly, absolutely, you are right.
Paid customer
So
reviews.
just to give a little more, and also to give more food for your thought, like customer complaints. The more the customer complaints, do you think they are giving excellent customer experience? So obviously that means customer complaint should be negligible, almost to zero. No?
Google review matters a lot in these kind of service industries because what people see are the
They
reviews.
always go
What
and look at
people
the
say,
Google reviews. Yep.
right?
I
Yes,
think
yes.
today more people look at Google review and then go to the
Yes,
Go to
restaurant.
the restaurant, yeah.
right, right.
I think
So
sometimes you get
there is
disappointed.
a rating they give in Google, so it has to be more than 4.5 always
Yes,
for us. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If you call your customer service, most of you must be having Airtel or Vodafone. Even if you had a fight with the customer service, at the end he will say, "Madam, acha rating." I mean, it's just nuisance, right? But that is the part of the script.
Yeah.
They can't change the script because it is for quality purpose. It is being recorded. So, so even if they have not served you or satisfied your query, but still they will say, "Give me the review."
Ask for reviews. Yeah.
Mm. In any other industry, will people ask if they have not satisfied? No, they will not ask. But in service industry, they do ask. Now, improved infrastructure, KPI.
How long it takes for the customers to get their food. So the time the
Yeah,
ticket comes in.
absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes.
That's very, very important.
She has given a
Yeah.
new dimension to it. Ah,
Average waiting time. Yep.
yes.
That would be more of
Speed of
operations.
service. Because typically, speed of service is also very important.
But it will not be under infrastructure. That will be under
No, no, it will
operations.
come under that
Operational
customer
excellence.
experience. Yeah.
Or
Customer.
operational excellence is also.
Customer. हाँ कस्टमर में ही है कस्टमर ही है but improved infrastructure KPI will be different waiting this is different
That
right
would be more of, I guess, operational excellence, average waiting time.
ah. Finally this will result to customer satisfaction average waiting reduced average waiting time will result to customer satisfaction right
Satisfaction.
so reduced time to deliver
So when you talk about
5 minutes
infrastructure, are you talking about like the cost of the supplies, of the food?
that is internal
With
that is
regard to what?
operational
Acha, reduced time to deliver. Okay.
right whenever you go to a restaurant सबसे पहले what do you say how long will it take very standard question you'd ask right so they say
Yes.
10 minutes 15 minutes half an hour whatever so that is my objective that I should reduce because that will help me to increase my occupancy because if I release the table within 20 minutes I can have the next customer in right so I need to
Right.
improve on my time deliverable time so that they finish faster and they release the table so reduce
Okay.
time to deliver from 10 minutes to 15 minutes from chalo, 15 minutes to 10 minutes we are not blinked that we can give in 5 minutes okay
Infrastructure, we could also add something like a seat utilization, space optimization, something like
space
that.
yes
Okay. Okay. I was like,
Ah,
that's what I was
like
trying to
for
figure it
example right now in your current infrastructure setup you have 25 seater correct with four chairs 25 table with 4 chairs 25 into 4 matlab 100 people at a time you want to increase it to 125 then you need to modify your fixtures fittings or increase the number of chairs to the table from increase from 4 to 5 something you have to do right some permutation combination to have 100 and 125 seats or 150 seats in the same given setup and space that is
Yes.
improved infrastructure correct and also what you are doing to do that you are improving the delivery times that means fast delivery people will come people will go people will come people will go right?
Because there is interdependency. You don't deliver and you want him to get out faster. How can it be?
Yes,
Which is called table turnaround time. Like, for
right.
example,
Yeah.
the Indigo example I gave you, right?
So let's say if like the AC is not like it's really hot in here, so the AC is maybe you need a amount of AC for this much of people. Let's say 2 ton or 3 ton or 25 ton.
Uh,
So all this would come under infrastructure only, improved
right.
infrastructure.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mhm.
Energy efficiency
Yeah.
or your infrastructure downtime.
Yes,
Because
yes,
see, AC consumption is very high, costly.
yes, yes,
Electricity, AC, and because of AC, the electricity bill like zooms up, right? So
yes, yes.
if in the current setup, if you are having old ACs which are 10 years old, then definitely they are not efficient,
Working,
right?
yes.
So you have to relook at it to having new ACs
Yes,
to give
yeah.
a better infrastructure. So right now, if you have 10 ACs, you might say we can go with 5 ACs with 5 ton or 10 ton,
Done.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
And
you have to relook.
another aspect I want you to look at, like taking a cue from what Vilma mentioned about. So say for example, there are old ACs. Now the old ACs keep breaking down a lot times. So there will be many infrastructure complaints. Sometimes you'll recall, oh
Maintenance,
my
yeah.
God, AC is not working.
Mm.
So customers
Complaint.
you are saying customer excellence, and here your ACs are not working. So infrastructure complaints, that also could become one measure. In the sense, complaints could be of food as well, but infrastructure complaints, sometimes you say it's very hot, it's cramped. So even these are things which have to be taken into consideration, which impact the overall. You are saying you want to give excellent customer experience, so this also has to be taken into consideration.
Is it
Yeah,
right?
yeah, quite a few now. I think we can move on to the.
Is this point okay? I want to add something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Renovation and restructuring, right? Of the entire. So you have to look into each of the elements which can be revamped or refurbished or restructured uh, to have a better improved infrastructure efficiency, which will in turn impact your turnaround time, your deliverables, your customer satisfaction, and revenue. Okay. Next, internal process, operational, very important because people are coming there for food.
So better vendor management, because where you get the food from matters, the cost of the food. Is that what this is talking about?
The entire supply chain, right? From where the food is coming.
So it talks about right from the sourcing of materials, raw materials, etc., quality of materials, at what cost are you looking at, right? To
Mhm.
even making food, and how much of food is getting wasted, right? Efficiency in the kitchen,
Also the quality of, I mean,
to
the standard of the kitchen, because
im-
usually if the kitchen is
improving hygiene.
Hygiene,
Absolutely,
hygiene,
absolutely.
hygiene. Because people take those things very, strongly nowadays. Hygiene.
Hygiene, then your own inventory management. How are you managing your inventory? Then how is the table usage, in the sense, that is also it comes under operations.
Like
Improving
upselling and
productivity.
everything would come also under operational excellence,
Pardon,
or
pardon, which one?
upselling.
Upselling,
Yeah,
operational.
upselling means you are saying, hey, no, but upselling in a
Would
restaurant,
not.
it can be there for a retail chain where you are showing, say, for example, I want to buy a shirt, all right? So $700 or $500, but I can afford more. So the salesperson will show you uh, better brands, premium brands, upselling that is at a higher
Yes.
value. That's called upselling, right?
See,
But
but
here,
Mhm. No,
here
restaurants
upselling
normally, when people
in
ask only
restaurant,
for food, then you normally ask them for, a drink or
yes,
orange juice or
yeah,
the
this is
special.
like
That's it.
you
Yeah.
can't call it as
Cross.
cross selling, but yes, options. giving him, you can have this, and you can also have as a, they ask you when when you order your main menu, they'll say, what about snacks? What about drinks? Then after
Drink,
menu, what about
dessert.
ice cream? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have all those beverage sections. These are all under, the other than the main course. People come for the main course, but they also have with that, yeah, sweets, snacks, right?
Yes, yes.
Huh? So you will see in your menu card, you will have one set of beverage and sweets and hot and cold snacks and other things, right?
Appetizers, yeah. Yeah.
So they come for biryani, and with biryani they have lassi also, and they have gulab jamun also, right? Because of an effort to upsell those products also as a necessaries, to give the good feel factor.
Right.
Okay. Next, internal process, innovation and sustainability. Yeah.
See, in fact, I must just tell
Okay.
you that operational excellence, also the innovation and sustainability comes under internal business processes, just like operational excellence as well, which comes under, but it has whole lot of other internal business processes under OE. Yeah.
Okay.
So innovation, where innovation in terms of what? This is
New
important.
dishes, how new
New
dishes are
dishes,
getting,
new
how
food, yeah.
the dish.
Huh? I- Innovative foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Innovative
like
No.
what?
foods, but it shouldn't be a one-time exercise, right? Only during festive season or events, but should be a
What measuring how much
continuous,
they're
sustainable. It should be same quality, same taste. Once the product has been launched, a new product has been
Yeah,
launched,
keep up the quality and the
uh,
taste.
keep
Yeah.
the quality,
and how much it's selling.
keep
That's
up
really
the
the
uh, quality,
and sales, I think.
consistent, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Otherwise,
consistency.
for example, I'll tell you one of our nearby restaurant. I used to get some, non-veg item from there because I loved the flavor. And he was
Mhm.
getting good footfall. This example I had told Aarti also. And that shop was getting good footfall. One day the owner says, we are getting good footfall. Let me increase the quality of my chef. And what he did, he bought a chef from Taj, thinking that he would bring more innovation into the food. And he would rebrand this product also into a much better of a high five-star hotel. But what happened, Yes, the chef came at a very high priced salary. He innovated the new things, but the flavor got changed, right? The people who were coming, the footfall was high for that old flavor, not for the new flavor. So what mistake they did? They removed the old one. No, what is working good for you, keep it. Don't remove it. Add new things to it, innovative things to it, right? So what is working good for you, keep it. What is not working, improve it. Third, bring more innovative food elements, items to it to build a better brand. Right?
Right.
So quality
Like, for
consistent.
example, just to give you a little more explanation in terms of innovation and sustainability with respect to restaurant business. So the customer value proposition is what? When you're coming to eat, there is also a product that is what you're eating, and also there is a service as well. You are experiencing the service. So, what kind of an innovation you are making with reference to product? You could have fusions and seasoned menus or some health focused stuff. So that's with reference to product. You can also innovate with reference to your servicing, right? You can look at the way you are servicing people, so you can have, some kind of like reservation. If you see, you don't have to wait there. You can always book, and then your table is ready, right? Sometimes, so, yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is that your innovation could be both in terms of the product and also the kind of services you are actually delivering to the customer. Okay. Yeah.
So this booking reservation, generally it happens in those restaurants where the footfall is very high and people don't want to wait long, right, in the queue because of their well-designed cuisines and good food and good flavor. People, there is rush. There is one restaurant in Delhi which runs 24 by 7. Even if you go at 3 o'clock night, you will find the restaurant house full. Right now, why it is? Because of that flavor, the cuisine. They have multi cuisine across the globe. Cuisines are available there, right? And different set of people, different culture, different community come at any odd hours and can have their food at a very, very reasonable and full plates. So they have a very high footfall. Now these kind of places require booking reservation. So you book your table and you get your slot and you just drop in at that, so they don't have to wait. So this is the purpose of this booking reservation.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, like in US, I don't know, I haven't had that kind of food here. So my sister took me to a restaurant where, we went to have Japanese food. So you have about 5, 6 family members, and the guy comes with all his ingredients, everything, and he makes the food there on the table, and he keeps giving it to you. It's something like a live kitchen. Yeah, so every table, so they make the food there itself. So I don't know if Chanel has experience. So that was, I thought, a very nice experience, innovative experience, making food there itself. All whatever we have ordered. So they bring all the ingredients, they make it there, and then they keep serving it you know, to the
Yes,
entire family
yes.
members. It's a small table, 6 to 7 people. They'll bring everything. That was very interesting. Yeah.
In fact, this is a trend nowadays. Even in the marriage, wedding festivals, they have started doing the preparation right in front of the customer to ensure that yes, quality wise we are good. Everything is very hygienic and
A nice
prepared in front of the
experience.
so giving the first hand customer experience, and that is the delight. So this is a new innovative technique that is being used nowadays in most of the hotels, generally in the events, so parties, marriages, these events, they generally prefer to do it right there for better customer experience. So these are all in a part of innovation. Then improve
Okay.
quality of hiring.
I'm sure all of you HR people will have so many measures.
Hmm?
1, 2 measures, quick measures of quality of
The
hiring.
retention rate of new hires.
Will that help? Your retention is okay, but quality of
After
hiring,
first.
performance scores,
Perform.
how many are being sent for PIP? If more numbers are going for PIP, then do you think
For
you have hired
complaints,
quality people? Huh?
how many people are
By
complaining on
PIP,
their waiters?
personal improvement plans. Yeah. If you're not performing well, you're sent for training, right? It's called a
Yeah.
performance improvement. So if there are more number of people going, then definitely you are not hiring the right quality of people.
So right now the measure is that for better service, I want to hire. So what would be my hiring measure? The input. What would right now I am hiring from any colleges. Now I need to be more specific. I want to hire only from B schools, right?
Yes.
Hiring from top B schools, correct? I'm right now
Yeah.
talking about hiring, right? Top B schools with 80% and above score, correct? Right now, I was not looking into these parameters, but now I want to give better customer service, better experience. So I need to have more, you know, uh, higher, uh, candidates with better scores, better, communication skills, better behavioral skills, huh? Skill assessment. Right now, you may not be following. and want to follow so that I assess their skills better.
Yeah, because when you're a line cook, if you do not have the onions chopped in julienne or at a certain size, that can make the rest of the dish take longer to cook, which can affect when the plate gets to the table. So they assess skills like probably all the time when it comes to the head chef, you know.
Mm.
I was trying to figure out how you would
No,
assess the
here
skills of
we are
a
not
waiter.
talking only of chef. We're talking the overall employees, customer service employees, your like table boys, your desk boys, uh, your sales boys, uh, restaurant
Yeah.
manager. Kitchen
How
is
would
a
you be able
different
to approve?
department, where chef, which is more of the qualitative kind, in terms of the food. They
How
have to
would
be
you do
from
that?
top schools.
How would you do that? How would you assess it for everybody?
Chanel, can you be a little louder so that I can respond?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No,
How
no,
would
no,
you
no
be able
problem. Pardon?
how would you
Yeah.
be how would you be able to assess everybody's skill set outside of the kitchen and the waiters?
Good question. Good question. Okay. So typically what happens if you want to improve quality of hiring, right? So
Mm.
you need to understand, hey, what kind of people am I hiring or for what positions? A, all right. Now, say for example, mm, so under different categories, so you need to then keep uh, KPIs or measures. For example, I will say, hey, new hire retention percentage. I, you know, so that will also measure whether I'm doing actually a good hire. Or you can also look at customer feedback on new employees, right? Then you can also look at early attrition rate. So you will not look at a particular KPI or the measure for every employee or employee. You look at categories. Like, for example, in a restaurant, what type of categories you have? You have chefs, you have, what is it? People who take orders, right? You have people who do the billing, right? So you have then different measures for all these different kind of categories. You just can't have one measure for everybody because his measure for billing guy, if it takes a very long time, that means he's inefficient. Okay, the quality of hire you have taken there, or the guy who's actually there taking an order, he's taking a long time to ensure that to get the delivery. Again, there's a gap. So therefore you cannot generalize here. But as here it is improve quality of hiring is very general. But the typically how would you go about? You would break it down into categories and then find out, hey, what could be the measure for each category, and then go by it. I know Chanel, where is she coming from? Say in the sense that if in her organization there are people of various categories and security personnel at different levels, then how would I go about improving the quality of hiring? So obviously, for the security men who are in one category, their measures will be very different from people who are managers or supervisors, right? Yeah, Chanel?
Right.
Huh? Yeah.
Yes.
So here, I think just for the sake of writing here, taking everybody together like quality of hiring in general. So Wilma has stated we will take from better pool or from better uh, institutes. So obviously here, restaurant business, chefs are very, very key, very critical people. chef. So therefore, you hire the best of the chefs because the food is dependent on the chef. So you don't mind paying a very high salary to the chefs. So again, when it comes to compensation, you need to understand the supply and demand and see to which category of people do I pay average salaries, to whom do I pay very high salary. Like again, for example, the procurement guy, because she is also very, very critical in terms of the cost of the raw material, quality of the raw material, in terms of delivery in time, etc. So the supply chain guy is very, very critical. So
In employee training, what will you write?
It would be
When you
like
say
something like,
training, what do? You build capability, right?
Mm.
Through various trainings. So what you're trying to do? You're trying to build capabilities.
so,
That will bring result, right? So
operational efficiency increases, like, not mixing up the order, or
hmm,
not giving out wrong orders, kitchen to what do you say, service to kitchen orders, which goes, not mixing it up.
exactly.
And then
Because they get
busyness.
because they take multiple orders. They might mix the table orders could be possible, right? So they need to be very careful and alert and attentive. So the eye for detail, right?
Yes, yes.
Service to order. Mm. With high
Could it
Knowing the menu, knowing the ingredients.
high accuracy, correct?
Mhm.
Consistently. Everything that has to achieve excellency has to be consistent. It cannot be one time exercise. You want to achieve, deliver, create a brand, launch a new thing, be consistent in it. Right? So that is the key thing. That will give you the sustainability.
okay, yeah, Shanil.
How would you know where to put your more senior waiters and then your more junior waiters? Like, how would you know, like, how many tables to give them, or if a party was coming, like,
Chanel,
how?
that is pre-designed by the operation manager. Restaurant manager,
Oh,
I would say restaurant. You have the restaurant managers, not operation manager. Restaurant manager who take care of planning the table for each of the service boys or service girls who are there in the restaurant. So they will have dedicated tables, right? So
mm-hmm.
that they don't mix up. So all those designing and giving the task orders is done by the restaurant manager.
So this also comes under operational excellence. It
Hmm.
forms a part of the operational excellence because this is again called how many boys or whatever the service boys are required for one table with how many people dining. All this is again a part of the operational excellence.
Team manage. Huh.
Yeah, it's not team. No, because there is a standard. So many, so many people dining. So many, what is it? Service boys to be there.
Table. There's a
Table wise,
table wise.
optimization. All this comes under
Optimization.
operational excellence.
Optimization. Optimization of the hmm, resources, right? Resources could be anything. It could be table, it could be people, right?
This is a part of the operations.
Hmm.
So therefore, it comes. Now, let me give you a little bit of a cause and effect relationship between uh, employee training and operational excellence. Like for example, in restaurants, and even in if you notice in automobile industry also we talk about, or we in general talk about cross skilling and upskilling. Do you see a scope for cross-skilling here? Especially, what is the usefulness of cross-skilling? Because whenever employees are absent, or there is a peak hour rush, okay, or you want to give better customer service. So what happens then? You actually train people in multiple roles so that your operations become more flexible and efficient. Because what happens otherwise, oh, no, I'm not trained for this. So, and the guy is absent, then what do you do? So this
Mm.
concept of cross skilling, like for example, in an automobile industry, there is a what a welder, and you also have fitters. So what happens when you hire a welder, you say, "Hey, I'm going to give you one additional increment if you are certified in fitter." Now, it so happens that there's so much of competition for fitters, and the demand is high and the supply is less. So, what happens because of this kind of an initiative? Now, you can shift the welder to a fitter who comes at a higher price in the market, and you can establish or create a pipeline. Okay, so likewise, whether it is in BPOs, whether it is in hospitals, or whether it is in restaurants, a lot many wherever there is volume scales, and so you apply this multi-skilling where people can be what exchanged. So if there is an absent season somewhere, then somebody else can be put in that place to do that job. But if he's not trained, obviously he will not be able to do the job. Okay. So the HR, like this applies to even RT. So to make your operations very efficient and cost effective, especially, and rather than, then recruiting people for every job, one person. So you can have this concept of multi-skilling or upskilling. Uh, it also helps for employees to stay for a longer period, that is retention, and also they can see some kind of a growth. They themselves are growing in the organization. It helps them to become more employable as well. So these are some of the initiatives one can do in employee training. Okay, just to add on there, I thought I'll give you that concept too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I
Thank
think
you, man.
guys have done a lot of work, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
let them first digest this.
Yeah,
But
and they should do it at home.
have you been able to get a grasp of this thing which we did under folk perspective? Have you understood
At least a
Yes.
thumbs up.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
what is lead? What do we? Which perspectives are lead and which are lag? And
Yes,
how
ma'am.
we write the objectives under various perspectives, and then how we measure. So what are those elements that goes into measuring, which elements I need to measure for each of the perspectives? I think now you can relate with your respective roles and industries and do it, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
It is
before we
not
just close, I want to end it up by saying, hey guys, strategic map is a visual representation, gives you all the four perspectives with their strategic objectives and themes, and giving you the cause and effect. It will tell you what causes the effect, okay, at every perspective. Then in balanced scorecard, it gives you what? A scorecard framework, a measurement framework, and at every level, you can actually have a balanced scorecard so that you are able to not only track your own individual goals on those aligned with the business strategy, to just to give you a very summary kind of a thing. Okay, I